Hello ladies and gents, I am Anadiffin, and welcome back to From the Depths, Ashes of the Empire Community Edition. In the previous episode, we suffered a crippling defeat at the hands of the Lightning Hoods, losing an entire combat force. As such, I need to utilise a new combat force, and to that end I'm going to be utilising Richard Dastardly's tanks as the primary core, and then using an air force probably from Monk Lizard. As you can see, there are a number of designs of Richard Dastardly, and unfortunately I don't think I'll be able to spawn all of these in one go, due to some of them being quite expensive. Even the smaller ones are still around about 12k, and I don't really have that much resource to play around with at the moment due to the defeat. Still, I would like to spawn in as many as possible, though they may not fight this episode. So to start with, we will have a look at the light artillery. It's probably going to work very similarly to the artillery Mark III and be a long range harasser with those missiles. Yep, looks like it. It's doing a similar sort of thing. It's running away, getting to a nice safe distance, while the missiles try and lock on target. Though due to me finding them so close, they're having difficulty tracking. Let's just spawn it in another one in at a more sensible distance. Let's spawn it in mid-air. Yeah, that's a lot more sensible. So yes, spawning in at point blank range is not good. A nice fragmentation EMP weapon system. It's a very good long range harasser. I look forward to utilising that with this force. No, it's not anything particularly sensible. I have the Flying Doctor. Oh, actually, what I do need to do is actually spawn the Flying Doctor in with a friend, as this. Yep, is a hover repair craft. It uses lure to come near friendlies and repair them up. So if sends against Taipan, that's at point blank range, it should start taking damage, and the repair drone will come around near it. No, there's AI dead. Okay. Well, that will be very useful, as it'll keep everything nice and repaired. So we do have a Mark I Viper tank. Some of these might be outdated, but see what the Mark I is like. This one here has what looks like might be ram thumpers. Yeah, thumper fragmentation, beam riders. There's small cannon at the top there. Fine beam riders there, and they ram quite nicely. Not doing particularly much damage, but beam riders are always a nice little interesting one with the thumper heads. Being a Mark I, this is probably certainly one of the weaker ones I'm deploying here. Even so, it still seems to be okay against Dustwind Gypsies. But against the flares, or particularly the hoods, this is probably going to suffer a little bit. Now, over to the Mark IIs. We have 3 Mark IIs. We have the Spag, there's an anti-air one here, utilising the new feature of having elevated barrels all the time. We have a Hesh anti-tank gun, or light anti-tank gun there. And a small frag gun. So we have the anti-air, the small light tank 1, and then a very light vehicle there. So we'll send these against the King Cobra. She was being blasted apart by friendlies there. Fragmentation rounds from both of the 71mm doing nicely, and the Hesh round unfortunately misses its target. It was a quite fast round, which will be nice and strong. And when it does hit, it causes a fair amount of damage. Nice. There we go, 2 damaged. Fairly simple, but effective few tanks there. Now we have the slightly more powerful Mark IIIs, one with Hesh and one with HPHE. So with 3 light tanks there to go against lighter vehicles. Again, probably very good against Dustman Gypsies, probably less useful against the Hoods or the Flares, which are current opponents. The rounds are nice and accurate, and they're scoring good hits. And the odd chain detonation internally of the hull. Resilience-wise, they're reasonably so, and they do have repair tentacles on each other, so they can keep each other repaired and in the fight. Moving on to the larger Mark X, we have another anti-aircraft one, this time a 62mm spag. So, see how this does there. Considerably more robust than the Viper version. Let's actually send this one against the Wanda. Very high rate of fire, is easily able to strip through to core components very, very quickly. A good aesthetic there as well, with the engine at the back. Quite a few designs have been noticing haven't been having the engine at the front, or what appears to have the aesthetic of the engine at the front, whereas this is more akin to an actual combat vehicle. We then have 2 heat, well, anti-tank ones. They have the heat and AP and the inertial HPHE. Both these will be quite nice there. Also, all of these tanks do come in various different camos. I've just selected them at random to have a bit of variation. Very solid looking tanks. These would definitely be ones to look out for. And a little bit short, but the next couple of rounds land solidly on target, causing chain detonations throughout the hull there. They have repair capabilities on each other, able to again keep each other in the fight. Very strong designs there, and will no doubt for the slightly higher gauge 483 versions. What's the main feature differences, I guess? Not much, the cost is about the same. Yeah, they're very, very similar. But that slightly larger round. fast rounds, very good against both the hoods and the flares. They're missing slightly behind the target at the moment, which is a bit of a shame. But now the target is slowed down. This will allow them both to land shots on target. Oh no, target is AI dead. They've stopped firing at it. Spawn another one in. They've lined up right next to each other, which is a bit of a problem. Slightly missing this target, but it is a smaller profile and they are at a good range. But very fast rounds and very close to the target. Will definitely be able to strike the larger flares and lightning hoods craft with those big tank shells. They are big tank shells, just haven't managed to hit this target yet, which is weird. There we go. So the shells actually seem to be phasing through the vehicle, so don't really blame it against the tanks. They're kind of, yeah, skimming through and phasing through the tank. Odd. And when they do hit, they do cause a big explosion, it seems. Yeah. They are working, it's just... Oh, great. It's just they were working, it's just that for some reason the shells were phasing through or just skimming over the target. But it'll be fine. We have a missile launcher version of the similar hull. See how this fares. A load of beam riders. And every single one misses its mark. Come on. Come on, line up. There we go, and this time they hit and cause a severe amount of damage. And this will be able to pass through shields. It's just whether or not these fairly slow missiles will be able to keep up with the fast craft of the flares and the hoods. For those it will be able to keep up with though, that is going to cause a significant amount of damage. Those though which can't always keep up with though, have this beast, Particle Accelerator Tank. With its hit scan weaponry, it will always be able to find its mark. Fairly slow turning turret, but it is a big one. As always, Particle Accelerator's doing a good amount of damage. More that hit scan ability is very, very useful. Instantaneously exploding blocks off the side there. Fortunately, it has been aiming at some of the weak components. It has still managed to detonate the main gun, but deciding to aim at some of the weaker components of the King Cobra. It's a bit of a shame. If it hit in the right place, that would cause almost instantaneous destruction. So good range of tanks, but I don't think I'm going to be able to utilise them all in the campaign, just due to how expensive they are. But speaking of the campaign, let's head in there now. No, I don't want to start the fight just yet. Now, what I do want to do is recover a couple of these designs. A couple of them were only spawned in the last episode, so that's the Krakatoa and the Mixer Mini. So they're all moving together, and these designs, fortunately, are going to get scrapped. Okay, so that force is back ready. What I do need to do, I need to send probably the hauler up actually. Oh, I'm going into battle whether I want to or not. Let's jump over to here and then let's begin this battle. Okay, how's the spawn doing? So there's the Mark III version. You can see its main difference is that it's got a much bigger cab. But that's about it between the Mark I and Mark III. Let's see how the stone tank performs. It's absorbing a lot of hits. That's what I do need to do. I need to spawn nearby. I want to be in a good position to capture stuff. Ooh. Ramming design tears through. What are you? Are you the sniper version? Yes, you are. You've been taken out, and if I wasn't paying attention, AI dead. No, you disintegrate. Captured that. You can see the AI, but I didn't manage to destroy it before it disintegrated. One of those buzzsaw designs going through. Okay, it's 2 damaged one of the tanks. Can't tell which one it is. That was a tad unfortunate. Destination, AI dead. I don't think I'll get over to it before it's disintegrated. No. Pull all. So what do we lose? We did manage to capture the Slayers. Good. I mean, you've got to be some resources. It was the Miranda tank. Shame, but you have been defeated. Okay, let's send the hauler up here. Moving out. Let's just go over to that. Let's go over to the little force, see if we can't do anything about spawning them in. And let's spawn in Richard Dastardly's forces. There we go. There is the big force. It's take a lot to repair that though. If that does get fully repaired, that'll be a considerably useful force, but still probably won't be enough to take on the actual lightning hoods, so I do want some air units to go along with that. Right. And this resource zone looks like it has been depleted. So let's scrap you. There's not much left in that resource zone. Probably should create a pipe. Really need to. Let's grab the resources. Can I grab these resources? And just managed to grab hold of them. There's a lot of resources there, but unfortunately, there's an attack force coming. Slow it right down because none of these are actually ready. I've just been building them too close to the front line. Bring that force into battle. All of them are ready. This is going to be right messy. This is a very big hill range. Let's begin the battle. Pause, because things are going wrong. things phase through and crash, and it's a long way towards the hoods. See how they're doing. So straight away one is being disabled. Then the simple lasers just tear through the Sparrow there. So that's an AI dead there though. Looks like that helicopter is doing a real good job. The Sparrow though has been defeated. Yeah, that laser helicopter is basically killing the Lightning Hoods for me. Can't capture this design though. And that looks like the AI block. It is. That was easy. Simple lasers trying to do work, but they're actually out of range. Hood's design. Shoot up there and try and break some of it away. Come back here. The Lightning Hoods have taken a lot of damage so far. Force is probably mostly stuck. Seeing if there's any buffs I need to do. What I might do, I will remove all those, go to personal buffs, and add it all into Stormtrooper. So I actually have a resilience and some damage. Which should give me a lot better chance of breaking through all these components. And yeah, I should be in there somewhere. Yep, got the AI. Excellent. Just find out where the other Lightning Hoods are. There's one up there. That's being flipped over, so I should be able to capture this one as well now. PID systems. Is mine as well? Yes, it is. It's been a very successful capturing spree. It's the Lux Eternia to come in as well next. That's what's basically his last 5,000 points. I'm down to 4% health, but it's disintegrated. The last 5,000 hood stuff has spawned in, which must be the Lux Eternia. Yep, you can see the massive array of lasers. I'd say its bark is worse than its bite, though it looks like it's happily tearing through the helicopter. Yeah, the whole thing is firing against the laser helicopter, which is returning fire rather admirably actually. Look at all those blocks flying off it. Come back here, we want to capture you. Jump on the Hornet. Oh no, the Hornet has been destroyed. Well, that goes one of the few vehicles able to take out the hoods. Actually, for the moment, I will respawn that just because of how effective it has been this battle at taking out these lightning hoods. Basically been the only combatant, and it's taken out quite well the rest of the forces on its own, really. It's heading towards my forces, which is, I suppose, a good and a bad thing. It's good because it'll let you get shot at, but bad because it can probably kill most of them. It's going a really long, circuitous route to try and get over to me. Stop going away from me and let me kill you. It looks like it's been flipped over. He's bouncing missiles, boing, boing, boing. Then APNs to drive them through to the target. Well, let's try and make my way into the hull. Figure out where the AI is. There. Ow. And it's mine! Excellent. That means there's another lightning hood over there somewhere. This is one of the... It's a part-built drone, I think, from the Lux. Come on, missiles. Do your job and kill it. Yep, damage enemy territory. That leaves this single target left to spawn in. There we go. Starts flying erratically. Oh, no, it's actually shooting lasers at everything. No, it just did get struck. What by? Oh, well, it's basically dead now. Let's head on over. So we'll be able to then capture it. And selling all these vehicles will be really good for my overall material count. Oh, come on! Got AI deaded so... As I was getting nearby. It's just over this rise. Darn it. Let's pull all anyway. Yeah, didn't manage to capture that. So lost the Cinear Mark III. Did very well. Anyway, Artificio. The Gecko. The Sparrow. The Havoc. And the Hornet AT. And we'll scrap it in the end. Let's turn here, scrap you as well. And look at that resources. 236,000 on its own. So these guys are actually quite weakened in the first community force. Looks like Richard's designs have been built up. So they're now ready for their next force multiplier. Right then, let's see though how well this force fares against these guys. Might as well begin basically straight away. We'll just jump down on the terrorist drone basically now. So, oh dear, the terrorist drone was hit. Oh no, it hit its target. I thought that was the terrorist drone. Target is AI dead. Didn't like capture it. Oh, the terrorist drone was hit. Caused severe problems. It is just a wooden explosive box. So let's jump on to you. jump down and try and catch you properly for once. Let's break into the lower AI first of all. Claim 6,000 materials for my ship, so that's probably the terrorist drone falling to pieces there. Assuming the other one there it is, yeah. Break into the AI here as well. Where the AI last the AI was. Did I actually not destroy it? I didn't actually destroy it, darn it. There we go. Now it's mine. Can I actually control the guns? I can. Cool. Turn the main gun round. Nice gun, just turns slowly. Bad ramming vehicle. Stop eating my beholder. Just trying to clip explosives into the gun. I'm actually inside the gun turret now. I've just sold the beholder because I think I've lost a load of materials essentially from that encounter. I'm inside the tank, phased inside it. I'm on 10% health. Seeing red. And I'm dead. Cool. That battle's finished. Let's pull all. So, took several more casualties. We did capture the beholder, but lost the escorter, strike fighter, and the heavy gun chassis. So we are quite rapidly losing ground, in the sense that we're actually losing vehicles. I have plenty left to go. And thankfully, the forces are still at good strength. Just need to improve how many vehicles are in each one. So I think we'll have to do that next episode. So, thank you very much for watching this episode of From the Depths, Ashes of the Empire Community Edition with myself and a Diffin. If you did enjoy the episode, please leave a like and or comment below, as it is always great to hear from you lot. Also, be sure to check out the rest of my channel for more From the Depths videos and other games, and swing by my Discord channel to have more interactive direct chats. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you next time. But until then, I'm out. Goodbye!